The future is here. And I am about to be teleported.
Hi, guys. Hi, Candies. Hi, Wendy. Greetings from America. You can't touch me. Candies, I'm a hologram. There, you can't touch me.
In this episode of How China Works, I'm bringing cameras and questions to places that outsiders are rarely permitted to investigate how China is connecting.
Through technology, borders have vanished.
Right.
Over 1.3 billion people are being united thanks to a vast internet network and mobile technologies. In 1995, only 0.005% of the population had internet access. Today, China leads the world with 731 million internet users. That's nearly the entire population of Europe. Over 95% of them access the web through their phones.
And inside of each and every one of these apps, you've got thousands and thousands of live streamers.
Massive data sets are being produced every day.
This is the visualization data of all of China at a given moment in time.
Online, offline, the virtual and the real are working in sync. But how does this extreme level of connectivity impact the nation? I'm Danny Forster, architect and international explorer. I've spent years investigating countries and cultures around the globe.
Look at this thing! Look at this thing!
You're creating an archive of humanity.
Yes.
And I'm back
All right.
Victory!
to find out how China works. This does not look like any part of China that I've ever been to.
This is really wild. You know, there's a beautiful lake here in the center, pyramids, this like totally incredibly wacko, interesting office building to my right. This is bonkers. This is incredible.
Yeah, I love the word that you use, like bonkers, weird, bizarre. But I think it's actually very flattering when you use this.
Oh, I do. I mean it. I mean it very flatteringly.
I totally love it.
This isolated creative compound in Fuzhou belongs to NetDragon, one of China's pioneering animation and online gaming companies. They're using their talent for creating addictive games to revolutionize education.
We really do want to disrupt the world of learning, but in a very constructive way.
Right.
In China, in K-12 alone, there's 200 million students. In India, it's 220 million students. You cannot build enough school to educate them. The only way to do it is through technology.
So it's really taking these digital communities that you guys have already established for many, many years very successfully and sort of reformatting them with a different vision.
We don't believe that learning can be all accomplished online alone. So that's why the holographic technology that we have, which is to bring a speaker from one location to multiple locations and interact with the audience real time. We work with people like Stephen Hawking. We beam him from Cambridge into 4 different cities in China. This technology basically allows him to travel around the world.
Live beaming can give students across China, even in the most remote one-room schoolhouses, exponentially greater intellectual opportunities.
So this is where it happens. What am I looking at here?
This is our hollow stage.
Do we have any potential test subjects to test out this technology?
Funny you ask. Okay, come on out, kids. Wendy.
Come here, come
and
here,
that's
come here.
Sally.
This is our test group. This is our test group here. Today, I'm gonna demo a technology where I'm gonna fly somewhere else, and I'm gonna come here into your minds through the magic of holographic technology, and it's all through the internet. Are you ready? I'm going back to America. Bye. Greetings from America. Hi, Wendy. Simon, you're losing control.
I lost control. I have to admit, I think I run company a little bit better than managing 5 kids.
You can't touch me. Come here. It's Wendy. Even though the kids lost their minds, I do think it actually does speak to how exciting this really is, because if you're in a classroom and you've seen the same teacher every single day, then all of a sudden, one of your heroes comes beaming in from who knows where. That's an amazingly inspiring moment. That's an incredible experience. Good luck.
Well, see you, Danny. So beam him up.
Beam me up, my friends. Take me up, Scotty.
This is just how wired the Chinese have become. They're taking a technology that really seems like science fiction, and they're using it in their everyday lives. It's hard to believe that 30 years ago, the internet was non-existent in China. In the decades that followed, the government made it a priority to speed up and expand data networks to support widespread smartphone adoption. With connection came greater communication, faster moving information, and, in recent years, ever-growing consumption. Today, the nation boasts the biggest e-commerce market on the planet, and nothing showcases China's passion for online shopping more than one single day.
In 2009, the online marketplace Alibaba selected November 11th to become something called Singles Day. Singles Day represents not just the biggest day of shopping in China, but get this, the single largest 24-hour shopping experience anywhere on planet Earth. Last year alone, in a given 1 minute of shopping, there were over 120,000 purchases made. But think about that logistically for a minute. How do you get hundreds of millions of individual parcels to these buyers who are located literally anywhere all over mainland China?
Best Incorporated is a key component of Singles Day success. Founded a decade ago, this supply chain company has both technological infrastructure and physical infrastructure. So its logistics services span both online and offline retail. With over 9,000 employees, 678 operation centers, and a whopping 4.2 million square meters of order fulfillment sites throughout China and abroad, Best has a vast network. But it knows that its supply chain is only as strong as its weakest link. I'm meeting with the special task force at Best's technological epicenter.
These guys getting ready for what will be the single largest day of shopping in the history of planet Earth. And all of that commerce is ultimately supported on the back of the technology that these guys are creating.
The R&D team has been performing a series of stress tests months in advance, simulating the same shopping intensity as Singles Day with 13 million orders per hour.
So let me know what's going on right now.
Okay, you can see here we get some peaks, yeah? And then we can see how the load of each node of the system works.
So essentially right there, that's a fake spike.
Yeah.
You've essentially just thrown a bunch of parcels at the system all at once.
Yeah. The performance of system is decided by the weakest node.
Right.
Okay. Once there is a problem at the end node, and the problem will spread to our central hub.
Right. So it's interesting. So you have to actually push out your problems to all of your nodes geographically throughout China.
Yeah.
Because if they fail, that failure then comes back here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When our package doubles, we will get exponentially load.
So the level of complexity when you go up by twofold can be as much as fourfold or more.
Yeah, exactly.
As these guys get ready for the big day on their screens, their colleagues are getting ready on the ground at warehouses around the country.
Every year, after Single Day, we prepare for next year. So we prepare a year. Okay.
In this massive warehouse with these hundreds of thousands of boxes, this is one of hundreds of warehouses you have spread across China.
That's right. All our network, say, covers the whole China, to the villages, towns. I mean, as long as you're a village,
Everywhere.
Everywhere. E-commerce is borderless. Borderless means anywhere to anywhere. So we not just want to help our consumer buying the products in China, but we want to help them to buy globally.
So, but your point being that through technology, borders have vanished.
Right.
And a customer can be anywhere.
Right.
And a product can be anywhere.
Exactly.
Supported by logistics companies like Best, China's online shopping fever has created over 1,000 Taobao villages, clusters of rural entrepreneurs who have opened shop online, transforming the country's backwaters into booming trade hubs.
Look at that. Oh, my Lord.
And bringing the products of far-flung manufacturers to Chinese consumers through the power of modern technology. A little-known city in northern China has become a center for technological experimentation. A pilot initiative where big data analytics is being integrated into the urban and social fabric. A so-called smart city in Yinchuan.
Watch this. I step on the line, the camera catches my face, my nose, my bone structure, and nothing happens, right? Nothing happens because I'm not supposed to be here. In other words, because my face is not registered inside the building, the door does not open. However, if my friend comes here, stands on the mark because he is supposed to be here, stands on the mark, camera sees his face, open sesame, we can go in.
The facial recognition security system is just one small part of an all-encompassing new vision for this city. And I'm heading to the core of the entire operation to find out how it works.
So this is the command center here, huh?
Yeah,
So here you can monitor the whole
the
city.
whole city, everything.
Dr. Wang Chuan oversees the gathering and analysis of an immense and constant flow of data.
We can see from the screen all the systems and the sub-modulars of our smart city.
So if I want to actually see what's happening on the streets in the city, how do you monitor that?
Over 20,000 cameras.
Are you kidding?
Not kidding.
You have 20,000 cameras?
20,000.
Not only can the team monitor the traffic, but they can also monitor air quality, energy use, and emergency services.
So we're monitoring the city, we're looking around, we see a problem, we can go in and immediately address it, and potentially actually find out what's happening in that part of the city.
More than 200 cities have adopted smart technologies just like this, and with hundreds more ready to follow their example. The idea is that innovative technology can gather huge quantities of data and put that data to use, improving people's lives. That idea is being tested on a more personal level as well.
7 sensors on each hemisphere of my brain. And if you look at the screen right there, it's trying to get a good, clean connection such that I can read my brain waves.
You are coming down, the wave, it's flat.
Okay, so I'm trying to chill out. I'm thinking about a walk on the beach, a meditation retreat. Is it working?
Try to take some deep breath. Deep breath. Now there's a blonde naked woman on the beach. See that?
Judy! That's both a...
See, I do read your mind, right?
Well, that was awkward.
It's kind of amazing though. I mean, like, you really can't hide. You cannot hide from your thoughts.
They're not just reading minds, they're harnessing brainwaves to allow humans to interact with the physical world without moving a muscle.
Okay, here we go.
You see the coins in different colors on the screen.
Yeah.
Try to move the card to collect the coins.
I'm thinking to the right. I'm thinking to the left. Oh my God, it works. This is not a joke. And by the way, you're able to see this in real time, right? No one's messing around. Jenny's not doing anything behind the scenes. I am moving this car with my brainwaves. And as you do this, look to the left. You can see on the left side, as I'm thinking, those thoughts are producing actions in a video game. This is insane.
What's fun in the context of a video game is actually serious progress in the medical world. In fact, hospitals are exploring the potential of this technology by testing it on patients with paralysis.
The computer will analyze the EEG pattern. If a specific pattern is detected, it will send a trigger signal to the stimulator. And then the stimulator will stimulate the muscle to contract, and the movement will be done.
So just to clarify, after Mr. Xie had a stroke, the left side of his body has been paralyzed. So what we're doing right now is putting these muscle stimulators, electronic stimulators on his left arm. So he's going to think about moving his left arm, which at present does not function. So the thought pattern is going to get mapped. And as that thought pattern gets mapped, they're going to simultaneously stimulate the muscle he's trying to move, in a sense, to remind his brain what he wants to do and how to make that connection. Mr. Xie, are you ready? That is amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing.
He lost his confidence before doing this, and now he has confidence he can do much better in the future.
It's amazing. It must be so exciting to see your hand moving for the first time. So this is really extraordinary. Like, this is a man whose left side of his body was paralyzed after a stroke, and if you can see my hand right now, he's got a strong grip on my hand. You've got a strong grip. Thank you, sir.
With hundreds and millions of internet users producing precious data sets, China is turning into a big data lab.
So every day we can process about 6 billion search queries in China. We can also handle more than 30 billion location requests each day.
That means throughout the course of the day, people's mobile phones move around the city. You can then look at 30 billion moments in time.
Yes.
You can know how many people are working there.
Yes.
What their shopping pattern is like.
Yes.
What their disposable income is.
Yes.
And from that, in a very, very different three-dimensional and visual way, determine the trends of where the Chinese economy is moving.
Yes.
So by being able to aggregate this massive amount of information
Yes.
and perform your analysis, you can understand what's happening today, but really, it's about predicting tomorrow.
Definitely, that's what we are doing.
With the power of oversight, insight, and foresight, big data is rapidly emerging as a powerful tool for China to improve and transform its urban landscape, its economy, and society at large.
Let's do it. Here it is. You ready?
5 seconds.
5,
3,
3, 2, 1. Oh my God, look at that.
We can take off the second one, okay? On the same screen, same phone.
Maximum efficiency, not just one drone. 2, we'll have a coordinated dual flight path to hit this thing as fast as possible.
Right.
China boasts an agricultural history some 4,000 years old. Its food security has always been reliant on farmers. However, feeding this growing nation has come at a price.
People are still using hand spray or using tractors in China, but they are very inefficient. Lots of pollutions, water pollution, land pollution.
China feeds 1/5 of the world's population on only 7% of arable land. And that disparity is only going to grow. While at the same time, more and more Chinese farmers are expected to leave the fields and move to the city. The country needs an efficient way to tend to their crops.
So this drone goes up, and what does it do? It takes a photograph of this?
Yes. So first we're gonna have to plan the flight routes, and this is the area I want to survey. So the aircraft just generated a flight path.
Let me get this straight. You said, I want to photograph there.
That's right.
It said, hang on, Justin, I have some ideas. It proposed a more efficient flight path based upon the wind data and the speed.
Drones means it's fully autonomous, making decisions for its own flights to help achieve the job. That's it.
And to be clear, you're not driving anything.
No. Okay, so the controller's here.
You can actually see from here, the drone will take photos from the set height, and then the photos will have all the information about the field, the size, all the coordinates of the field boundary, and also the disease condition, irrigation condition, all that. We can zoom in to even one plant.
To a plant?
Yes.
To an individual leaf of a plant?
That's right.
So what I'm looking at here is basically, that's the photo we just took with the drone.
Yeah.
So this map actually lets you understand what you need to attend to and who needs the most help.
Right.
It's breathtaking. All right, so now we have the data.
Yes.
This is the information that came out of that reconnaissance effort. So this copter is going to now treat this field behind me.
That's right.
And it's going to do so based upon that data.
That's right.
So we know specifically who needs help,
Yep.
who needs hydration, and who needs pesticides.
In order to get better absorption for the plants, we have to make the droplets smaller than 100 molecules.
What? You can feel it right there. We're talking about a molecular level at which you guys are designing this thing. This is nuts. I'm losing my mind with the amount of brilliant innovation going on here. From the GPS mapping to the three-dimensional scanning, to the individual flight paths, down to the design of the nozzles so you can minimize the size of the droplets.
Yes.
You're really innovating at really every level of this process.
Applying big data analytics to this ancient industry is improving efficiency and yield, yes, but it's also reducing pollution and waste. With the power of digital technology, these drones can care for crops on a plant-by-plant basis in a way that today's farmers could not simply do by hand.
So one thing is absolutely clear, drones are not toys. And these things are sweeping China with incredible ferocity. And the reason is, it's not just a little toy with a GoPro camera strapped to the bottom. We're talking about technology, face recognition, GPS, crash avoidance. You can program where airports are, buildings are. But really, what makes them so cool and so interesting is that they can do this. There we go, there we go. Amazing. Woo! That's nuts!
Since new regulations require that all drones be registered and all drone pilots be licensed, there's a new demand for instruction that can turn amateurs into professionals.
So it may just look, like I'm playing video games right now, but I'm actually not. Myself and all my classmates are in professional drone school.
Beijing's TT Aviation Technology is the largest drone school in China.
3、2、1，起飞！
Of the 8,000 licensed drone pilots in the country, 2,000 of them graduated from this school. These students are preparing for their final exam under the tutelage of instructor Mary Ma.
So just so we understand the exercise, here's the test drone right here. Mary's gonna lift this drone in the air, hovering above this one single point. It's gonna rotate 360 degrees, and what we have to watch for is, does this drone sway from this very location in space?
Look at the intensity on Mary, right? This is like super, super hardcore, really rigorous, and there's a tremendous amount of focus on both these guys.
我现在把它切给你，你来感受一下啊。好，3、2、1，切。好，继续转。
Spoke too soon, Jackie. Come on, stay focused.
继续，对，对尾45度，
Oh, he's getting
很
it.
好，很好
Jackie's，getting it.
很好
Look at this,，
对
Jackie.
侧，对，
Look at
一步
this,
一步的
Jackie.
开始，
Look at this.
对，很好，继续。
There you go. Woo! Whoa! That was intense.
No problem.
I think you can.
You sure?
Yeah. This
Rotation.
rotor. This direction.
Direction. Mary, do you
Okay.
trust me?
OK，No，等一下，稍等一下，稍等一下，稍等一下，稍等一下。
She speaks English when it counts.
1、2、3，
I
給
got
我
it. I'm
給
on
我
it.
油
I'm on
，OK，
it.
給我油，
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got
推
it.
油門，推油門。
I got it. Stay with me. Here we go.
Yes, left. OK。
Oh!
Oh!
Whoa! Look at this thing!
Right.
Mary!
Right.
Mary!
Left.
Left, yeah.
Oh!
Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, it's okay. I'm sorry. Oh, did a great job and didn't stick the landing. Now keep in mind, this looks like we're playing games here. It's not. And they're not graduating from like a hobbyist school. These guys are doing this to become certified drone pilots to have jobs and careers in agriculture, in photography, in movie making. Good luck, man. Good luck.
The Civil Aviation Administration estimates that by 2018, there will be a demand for more than 30,000 drone pilots. With a growing population and a changing economy, China is embracing this technology as one way to address major logistical challenges. At the stroke of midnight on November 11th, a huge buying population unleashed their pent-up demand for goods that they've been eyeing all year.
Monday was Singles Day in the country, the busiest online shopping day of the year.
E-commerce platforms have turned the day into a 24-hour shopping spree.
On what promises to be the greatest shopping event on Earth, I've come to one of Best Incorporated's warehouses in Shanghai, where a year's worth of preparation is being put to the test.
During the normal time, we have 200 people in this warehouse.
Right.
But today, we have 2,000.
What I'm looking at right now is 10 times the normal labor force working here.
Yes, because you know the parcels is almost 100 times as usual.
We're talking about a 100-fold increase in business.
Increase in business, yes. It's a very high peak.
What's the biggest challenge with dealing with this huge volume of orders on 11/11?
You have to find the right item in the picking and the sorting stage.
What kind of level of accuracy do you guarantee when you send these parcels out?
We guarantee 99.99%.
99.99%.
Yeah, that's with that.
It's a tall order.
They've got 100 times more parcels than normal. However, they've got a pioneering cloud warehouse system to handle the influx.
So each of these enumerated blue baskets represents a person, right? A location to which these things are being sent.
Big data from e-commerce orders are organized and interpreted as instructions through artificial intelligence systems. They then communicate with the labor force via mobile technology to help them sort and track inventory as those orders pour in.
Where are we going here? Next location is here, yeah? Okay. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So we get the happy sound. That sound tells us that we have completed our task. We have our 8. Then we get sent on the next treasure hunt. Okay, so we got 1 box of tea, Pure Glow body wash, marked and ready to go, onto the conveyor belt. Now keep in mind, as I put this on the conveyor belt, this is one of hundreds of thousands of ultimately millions of boxes that will get shipped and delivered during one single massive day of shopping.
The packages from the warehouse, and dozens of others just like it, converge at sorting centers. Some hundreds of millions are filtered through this high-tech facility, one of over 280 in the country, where they're sent out for distribution and ultimately delivery.
After about a year of preparation, 24 hours of absolute e-commerce madness, we have now arrived at the final step in the process. Unload the boxes, load up the courier truck, and cross the finish line. The question is, where do I take them? Teddy is the man not just with the parcels, but also with the technology.
首先要拿出我们的神系手机，这是我们要出发的路径。
Oh, I see. So you've got all the parcels, 1, 2, and 3. The actual path looks like it's drawn by a drunk person, but the computer's actually telling us that is the most efficient pathway to take to get these packages delivered as quickly as possible.
我开车，你跟着我。哦。
We're getting a phone call. Who's that?
Hello， 喂。啊，是的，百世快递。
So not just does Teddy just scan the package, immediately thereafter, the person to whom we're delivering it gets a text. The clock is now ticking. Teddy, let's get this to our customer. Let's go. You ready?
你好，我是百世快递，现在到你小区门口，您在家吗？
Even during this explosion of e-commerce, driven by digital technology and sophisticated logistics, small local businesses can also play a critical role in getting products to people.
So in some instances, folks will just not be home. So Best has partnerships with a whole host of local mom and pop stores all over the country.
好，行，可以，再见。
So instead of leaving it at their door, we leave it at the local shop, and they can come back and get it later.
1111. Is this our place? Here? Yeah? 1111 delivery.
All of this started at the point where a consumer clicked on a product he or she saw on a screen. Online shopping is becoming commonplace, but the mastermind of Singles Day, Alibaba, is setting out to reinvent it.
What is this?
It's a Diva, and it's very simple, fast, and awesome. Put the paper here.
Put the paper there.
And what's that? Whatever it is.
What is this? This is like a little phone charger.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's our stand. Put your camera in the thing.
Here.
And that goes into place.
Awesome.
This dedicated lab is creating simple-to-use tools to make products that we find online seem like they're in reach.
Now hit the button. So for 20 seconds, we literally hang out. As I'm sitting here, a VR 3D digital piece is being built right now with my iPhone. That's it.
Yeah.
And the Diva.
Yes.
You and me. And it's done.
Yes. Let's see.
That is legitimately cool. In 20 seconds, we just made that right there. But now the question is, having made this beautiful little artifact, how does this thing get into the VR cloud?
Let me show you.
The guy knows everything.
Businesses will soon be able to set up virtual reality stores as easily as a web page. The goal is to get every product on Alibaba's platforms into virtual reality, to give consumers a better sense of what they're buying and more fun while they shop.
Kangaroos! So here's the okay. So for real, I'm on the street in Australia right now. I'm walking around. I'm not gonna say "G'day, mate." I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, and I'm in a store. Okay. It's fully 3D. I can look down the aisles. I can see the different products. I see the milk. And there it is. My ability to shop, even though I'm physically in China, is in Australia. Alex, you've done it. You've turned me into a global consumer.
When this technology is adopted, Singles Day is going to grow even bigger, and the Chinese culture will move even further into a world where online and offline spaces become totally interconnected, and the virtual and the real are experienced as one single continuum. China is on a fast track to an alternate digital reality. One of Shanghai's most famous attractions, the Pearl Tower, is now home to a virtual reality roller coaster.
I felt for a moment like I was shooting outside of the building, flying around the towers, and I will not lie. I closed my eyes for a moment because I was afraid of heights. We did it!
While virtual reality is still a novelty in the West, it has gone mainstream in China. With 1.4 million users and over 100,000 arcades, VR has quickly become more accessible to everyone. I'm visiting Motion Magic, the company behind the VR roller coaster, to find out when the boom started and what happens next.
差不多在1年半以前，那么中国人大部分人并不知道 VR 是什么东西，但是短短的1年半时间里面，然后基本上全中国人都知道什么是 VR 了。
So Tony, 5-10 years from now, where is VR going to sit in the contemporary media landscape?
以后在 VR 的世界里面，我们摸一样东西呢，我们感觉像是真的摸到了一样。还有呢，现在已经有这种嗅觉的 VR，也就是说，当我听到一个爆炸，然后我可以闻到硫磺的气息， 那么这样的技术也会越来越成熟。
In 2016, when Chinese leaders declared that VR was an important factor in China's shift towards an innovative world economy, industries and business leaders took heed. They established infrastructure and manufactured high-quality, affordable hardware, the tools that were necessary to develop this revolutionary new content. Today, China is a hotbed for international companies to test out their new VR technology.
Okay, all right, okay. Felix, I was not aware that a VR camera was so heavy.
Yes, it is quite heavy.
Okay, let's talk tech. What do we got here?
This is a VR camera that will be using also the latest VR camera of this world. Yeah, we call it the Big Pumpkin.
Big pumpkin.
Yep.
Wow. Let me be very clear about this. This thing weighs a ton.
Yeah.
This is like a kettlebell, right?
Yeah.
You could be doing work with this thing right now. I mean, this is serious. How heavy is this? How many kilos?
35.
35 kilos. So tell me why it looks as ridiculous as it does.
So it has 24 cameras that's been laid out in this way that give the audience a high resolution and also stereo image.
Now, I want to point something out. You have myself and Felix talking very intensely about this camera. Look at this guy over here. Look at this one. Why aren't you carrying the camera? Look at you. You're the size of a tree. All right. Lens caps here. Look at that. Beautiful. It's amazing, by the way, as I'm pulling off a lens cap, I'm pulling off like 24 individual lens caps, right? You've got 4 cameras on the top. You then have 16 cameras all the way around the body. Another 4 cameras looking down.
This camera is the first professional-grade cinematic VR camera built from the ground up, designed to capture 360 degrees. It creates moving images that fully immerse the viewer.
What's interesting, Felix, is that on a camera like this, there's no eyepiece.
But actually, we can just use this because it will be generating a preview for you.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Boom. So Felix, that's a really interesting point. You know, when I think about traditional cinematography, you set the lens up,
Yep.
you set the exposure,
Yep.
you set the aperture, you go.
Yeah.
We have the option of setting 24 individual cameras.
Yeah.
So you can really craft the way this image gets produced. So we've got a good frame, good exposure, we like the view, we can see the street,
Yeah.
we can see the office buildings, we can see the vegetation behind us.
Yep.
One problem,
What?
we're in the shot.
Yep.
That's hilarious, look at us. So this is one of the problems with VR technology, of course, right? Is that when you set the camera, one of the things you don't want to see is us, right? So in VR technology, when you're shooting, where does the director go? Where does the crew go?
Generally, we go hide.
We hide.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this?
3, 2, 1.
Action, here we go. All right, so close that down. Theo, you go here. Let's close this up there. Pick that up. What about us, under here?
Then just go down here.
Not as glamorous as I thought it was. Typically in regular filmmaking, the director has a little more of a best seat in the house kind of thing, but this is VR filmmaking. 360 degrees, 24 cameras, capturing all the action, with the exception of myself and Felix, hiding. What are your hobbies?
Okay.
Tourism, real estate, design, and of course commerce. These are just some of the fields that are using VR technology. Expanding the power of the internet to connect people to the world far beyond their physical reality. Of the 731 million internet users in China, nearly half participate in a massive new phenomenon, live streaming.
So today, you're gonna host, I'm gonna co-host, you're gonna translate.
Yeah.
We're gonna learn about science. And when does the live stream begin? When do we go live?
Like right now?
We're live now.
Yeah.
All right, we're live right now. It's happening. If you look to your left, the cameras are already rolling. The live stream is happening. Let's go host a TV show, shall we? Come on, let's go live streaming. After you, gentlemen.
Welcoming me into the live streaming club are Muji and NT from Guoke, a platform for scientists to share their enthusiasm and their experiments through real-time daily sessions online.
家可以猜想一下，就是在这3种情况当中，哪一种它到时候喷出来的液柱是最高的？
Muji is asking the audience which of the 3 contraptions will have the largest explosion. Now, the cool thing is, as he's asking those questions, they're putting in their responses, their possible guesses. So now they're going to stay tuned to find out what's going to happen. You ready?
Ready.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Ooh. Turns out the people were dead wrong.
There are now more live streamers in China than there are people in America. This user-generated content platform has spawned an industry worth an estimated $8.5 billion. That's more than last year's Chinese box office.
My God, you're kidding me.
This is not exhaustive. This is just an example of the most popular ones.
My goodness.
Social media expert Dr. Chen Lin explains the catalyst for China's latest craze.
Okay, in the US, a smartphone average price is $499 US. In China, the cheapest one, okay, guess how much? $3.
$3.
Yeah. People who were not able to access the internet before now has access to the entire outside world. And live streaming is one of the most vivid way of sort of showing the outside world to these rural people.
This is more than just mere entertainment. This is an interactive, dynamic, real-time relationship where fans can make requests, banter with hosts, and give virtual gifts which are redeemable for actual money. The proliferation of shows and sites such as Guoke testify to the entrepreneurial drive of China's youth.
While I know they love the explosions, what's their favorite, say, new addition to the show? There must be some comments, I don't know, about like, what's different about this show? Is there, I don't know, an American on the show?
Oh,
Are there some nice words about that?
Let's see.
Compliments, or maybe just talking about like,
so many
if I'm
people voting
fit
here,
or
and I
look
can't,
good, nothing?
can't scroll up.
The live streaming movement is representative of China's new era of engagement, a nation networked. With access to information anytime, anywhere, Chinese society is now more interconnected and more open than ever before.
You know, it's nearly impossible to communicate the sheer vastness of this country. I mean, we're talking about China, a country that has over 160 cities, all of whom have populations greater than 1 million. But there's also a growing point of connection, and that is China's embrace of mobile technology. It's happening here unlike any other place in the world. And as we've seen, click of an app and shampoo is going to a rural area. Log onto the computer and you can live stream your story to millions of fans. Use a computer and suddenly a drone is being sent out to save a wheat field. So technology can be adopted and it can change culture. But what's happening in China is different. We're looking at the way in which technology not just impacts cities, but rural areas, rich and poor, and it's changing the lives of quite literally hundreds of millions of people.